Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your 2023 yearly forecast. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. I'm going to pull a 12-card spread here, one card for every month. I'll also pull energy oracles for the year for your overall energy, as well as romance angel oracles for your love energy for the entire year. Apologies right now for my voice and if I end up coughing. I had to redo some of the readings as the sound was not coming up. Lovely Mercury retrograde, of course. And so now I'm a little bit under the weather when I'm recording this. So here we go. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday and a happy new year. This is what your yearly energy is looking like. You've got a few major arcanas here and some of the good ones. I love it. Let me pull, let's see, 3 of Wands at the bottom of the deck for your overall energy for the year. Definitely looking at some energies that decision-making energies, what you've been waiting for to manifest. Will it ever come to fruition? Will it ever become a reality? Well, you know, Scorpio, what are you doing to make it happen, right? What have you done? Are you throwing those wishes, dreams, manifestations, and then not putting any inspired action towards it? Or are you holding yourself back in fear of success? Energy Oracle for 2023. Yeah, look at that. I literally just said, are you taking action? That is the theme for your year, taking inspired action. You have the card of adjacent possibilities here. One more. And a journey. Love it. Love it. You're definitely going to be going through some sort of journey here towards progress. Making things happen, bringing things into fruition, and also I'm hearing bringing things into light. Card of trust, heart-to-heart conversations, and unrequited love. Okay, so those are the highlights, things that will be coming in for 2023 when it comes to love. But let's go back to your energy oracles here. I literally just said, you know, are you hoping, wishing, and praying for things to manifest, for things to work out for you? Or are you taking inspired action? And so if you have felt like maybe you're stuck or maybe you think you've done everything that you possibly could. I mean, Scorpio, I'm not going to call you out here, but I'm just going to put it this way. Really take an opportunity to reevaluate the action that you've actually taken to meet your goals, to level up, to make the changes. Have you done the work, or have you said you're going to do the work and only done enough to show people that you're doing something without actually putting in more energy and effort? And let's face it, some things take longer to manifest, some things take longer to heal from, and some things take more work than we really want to put into, right? And so, what is that saying? Don't be mad at the results for the work that you didn't do. I always botch quotes, so I'm sorry if I did that. However, I do get the feeling of you not happy with certain things that did not come into fruition in 2022 and wondering if it's going to be another year of the same old in 2023 because, well, you feel you've done enough. You feel you've done the work. And it's just kind of like you're throwing caution to the wind saying, listen, universe, I did this. Where's the payout? I did that. How come I haven't seen any results? Scorpio, I'm asking you to ask yourself, have you done enough? Have you done it all? Could you be doing more? Should you be doing more? Could doing more bring in the results that you have been wanting? I do feel like as we start 2023 and Mercury retrograde, of course, there is a lot of that reflecting and making some sort of revisions into your life moving forward. Also feel that some of you are making certain decisions when it comes to no longer wasting time, energy, effort into people, places, situations, relationships that are not aligned with what it is that you truly want. I feel like some of you have just kind of played small, kept yourself a little bit in a stuck mode, and then turning around saying, well, I've done everything I could, but are the people around you uplifting? Are the people around you really doing all they can for their life, and therefore you're thinking, well, they've done this, why should I do more? Or, you know, whatever. Number one, don't compare yourself to anyone else. Number two, don't compare your journeys at all. What you want may not be easy for someone, or vice versa, right? You may have something, you're maybe doing something that people around you are like wishing they could be easily having what you already have. And in your mind, you're like, what? That's easy, piece of cake. This is what I'm trying to manifest, right? And so are you truly in a circle of, you know, like-minded people that can uplift you? Or are you in this energy of holding yourself back and the people around you not really, you know, not that it's their job or anything, but are they supporting you where you feel you need the most support? Number one, support yourself first. You cannot count or depend on others to do that for you. I keep hearing Spirit saying 2023, you're going to see the light. So if some of you have been going through some sort of spiritual journey, going through dark night of the soul, going through, you know, closing out karmic lessons after karmic lessons, I do feel that some of you may even have to hit rock bottom. And yes, figuratively and, you know, literally, if you do indulge and have a drinking problem, I do feel that some of you will hit rock bottom in whatever codependency you may be having or struggling with at this time. So what action are you taking into the new year and throughout 2023? Because you have so many different possibilities here. And again, I keep hearing you will see the light. There is light at the end of the tunnel. There is light here waiting for you to just make that final decision and say, I'm doing it. I'm doing everything that I know I should have done a long time ago. I know I lagged it. I know I've held myself back. I know I've played small. I know that I've thought that I was stuck in a certain situation or place of employment or whatever it may be. But in reality, you've realized that you do have other opportunities, possibilities that are opening up for you. So for some of you, while this may be a spiritual journey, for others of you, I feel like you're almost going down the rabbit hole of different possibilities, opportunities, experiences. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but rather it is this enlightenment, sense of enlightenment in the journey that you are taking that is really helping you take that inspired action. And I keep hearing that. So are you taking action towards what it is that you truly want? Have you done all that you possibly could? Making big moves, big changes, getting yourself out of situations that you know hold you back, that you know make you feel stuck, or that you know are not for your highest good. Like some of you are literally doing things that you know are bad for your health, and you may already have a little bit of a health issue, and you're just like, it can't be that bad. I can cut back or I can stop at any time. But is that really going to help you in the long term? Is that helping you be a better you for whatever it is that you are trying to manifest or create for yourself, right? So I do get this feeling of reevaluating certain key parts of your life, codependencies, if there are some, feelings as though that you can't even make it out alive is how I'm hearing it. Like you feel like you're at the end of your road, at the end of your path. Some of you feel like you have come to this planet, signed up to a life of stress and pain, and you're that karmic sign, right? Scorpio is the card of death and rebirth, where if you feel like you've had some bad karma your way this lifetime, I do feel that you're finally saying, you know, I understand that I've had to go through this because it's made me a stronger person. It's made me a better person. But if I could just cut that part out of my experience, out of my life, I feel like I would have been a better person. But I feel like you've come across these opportunities that have helped you really find the clarity at the end of the day. I know some of you are just at the point of like, nobody signed up for pain. Nobody signed up for karma. I don't care what anybody says. And you're within your right to feel that, think that, and say that. Obviously, nobody wants to come back into a life of pain or karma. But again, this is your energy here, the death card. And the death card in the sign of Scorpio is, you know, death and rebirth, putting an end to old ways, thought processes, experiences. You really are capable. You really do have the power to just say no, to put an end to things, to cut the cord, to cut out codependent energy, people, places, bad habits, whatever it is. Like, I do feel like you're even scrutinizing every little part of your life where you're saying, okay, well, is this going to bring me more money in 2023? Is this going to, you know, help my marriage, relationship? Is what I'm saying or doing in this part of my life or that part of my life or this situation, is it really for my highest good? And if it's not, why have you accepted it this entire time? I do feel like literally, Scorpio, you're putting your foot down with yourself. You're holding yourself accountable. You're putting your foot down. You're making the changes that you know you need to, no matter how difficult they may be. I do feel that you finally get out a very uncomfortable comfort zone, right? Where you've made the pain almost like a clutch. Sorry, I had to cut the recording out there because I had a really bad cough attack. So like I said, some of you wear the pain, the karma, you know, like a cloak around you. You've got your heart, your mind, your money caged up. It's like you don't even want to share your happiness, your goals, your successes with even the people closest to you. I feel some of you have dealt with some, you know, major betrayal in your past from people that should have never, ever hurt you the way they did. I do feel that although you may have felt pained and even hardened by the pain, that shield comes off. Not like you're going to let everyone into your life like easy peasy, but I feel like 2023 is really going to be a time of soul searching, of revelation, of no longer holding yourself back, of standing your ground and saying, this is what I deserve. This is what is owed to me. This is what I owe to myself. And I'm not backing down. I've been through too much to continue in a cycle of pain, of karmic cycles, of poor decisions, of bad relationships, of, you know, of lack mentality, of overspending, of gluttony, you know, of overeating, drinking, spending, doing whatever it is that you have been doing. And I know you close out 2023 with the World card at the end, but you can definitely make those decisions now to bring up that level up for you sooner rather than later, right? So you start the year with the January 2023 with the Ace of Wands, right? You're finally at that point of, you know, of course, you know, very phallic here. So some of you are going to have a lot of fun in that department, right? But I do feel that because the Ace of Wands does speak of passion, does speak of excitement, and I heard the word titillation, so not a word I normally use in my readings or vocabulary altogether. So definitely feel like you're going to have a lot of exciting opportunities, connections, projects as well. So you may be coming across new partnerships in your work, in your field, things that bring a lot of excitement to you. I'm also hearing things that maybe you would have never thought would have brought you excitement suddenly do. So your tastes have changed, your interests have changed, because I feel like if you did hold the pain or codependencies as a crutch at one point, that's no longer enough for you. You've like been pained enough. You've been sad enough. You've been depressed enough. You've been, you know, holding yourself back enough for enough lifetimes. And you're like, no more. This is no longer moving forward with me, not here and not in the future and not in any other lifetime. I do feel like you're cutting those ties altogether. And so the Ace of Wands really does bring in this resurgence and renewal. Knowing what you want, knowing that you're no longer going to hold yourself back. In February, you have the Three of Pentacles. And so this combination of cards at the beginning of the year is really saying, you're willing to make things work. You're really, really willing to seek out the right mentors, the right people that have done it, have been there, done that, right? So maybe you've overindulged in certain areas of your life, but you know people, or of support systems or groups or opportunities out there that can help you get ahead without holding on to a crutch of some sort, right? Three of Pentacles is also the card of working together. So making certain experiences, relationships, friendships, partnerships work, especially if you're looking for business partnership or, love. But mostly it does feel like you want to start off your year with, really looking for someone to support you in this passion project, whatever it may be. Now, I do get this feeling that if you do have someone in mind that you're going to approach to support you in this new endeavor, they're going to have a little bit of a harsh criticism of why they believe in your idea, in your project, but maybe not you, okay? And this is just, I'm just the messenger, okay? This isn't something coming from me, but I feel like someone is going to say, listen, you want to make this work? You got to show me that you can cut out the bad habits. You can, stick to a schedule, that you can, stick to this contract. I'm going to lay this out because I need to know that I can trust you. I need to know that you can make this work. I need to know that I can count on you and depend on you no matter how much you want this to work out for you. And I do feel like this is definitely something that's going to hurt and sting, but it will actually fire you up to make those changes, because I feel as though it's change that that you've had to make for a very long time. Moving into March, you have the Page of Wands. Again, new opportunities. This is good news. This is, you've got the sale, you've got the contract. This is selling your home or purchasing a home. You've got the promotion, you've got a new job, a career opportunity. You've gotten the finances. This is good news. This is news of fertility as well. So where you plant your seeds, it will grow. So that brilliant idea that you started off with, that maybe you pitched to someone, gets funded, gets backed. Definitely read through that contract, right? Make sure that you are ready and willing to take all the action necessary to follow through. I heard someone say follow through game is weak. It is time for you to make those changes. You do just enough, but then never complete that whole cycle that brings things about to a closure, that end the bad habits, the bad tendencies, okay? So you want to make big changes, Scorpio? It's time to cut out those bad habits. The Page of Wands in March really does speak of good news and the answers that you have been waiting for. In April, you have Nine of Cups. Now, this could signify your wish fulfill, right? So everything that you've been working on thus far, like I said, the money in the bank, things get funded, your backers, you could be hearing the news here. You may have a brilliant idea in January, you pitch in February, offer is accepted, and guess what? April, you get funded. And I know you don't want to hear that things take that long, but for some of you, it's selling a home. For some of you, it's purchasing a home. For some of you, it really is going through the motions of, getting your business license, getting your brick and mortar up, getting construction started, construction in the business, in the home, whatever it may be, contracts needing to be signed, hiring people, money coming in. I do feel come in the spring, April and May, because you've got the King of Pentacles here, that money is going to look really, really good. Let me tell you, April, Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. May, you've got King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles really is like the king of it all, the Midas touch. He is sitting there on his throne like the royal king that he is. This is Capricorn energy, very business minded, very financially stable, and waiting to expand his current business and moving on to explore other avenues. This could be additional, side projects, passion projects, funnels, right? Being able to financially back other ideas that you've had that you can finally now expand on, right? This is second, third, fourth streams of income where you're gonna look like by the summer, you're gonna be kicking your feet up and saying, I did that. I made that happen. And I stuck my guns and I stood for what I believed in, and I believed in myself first and foremost, right? I feel like a lot of you have held that back. You waited for someone to believe in you, but you didn't believe in yourself enough to do it. And that changes in 2023, big time. Your money is looking good. Those passion projects, a lot of happiness is looking really good. Now in June, I gotta say, more money, more problems. So you may feel like a bit of feeling overburdened. You take on too much too soon. So just be careful. Don't rush into anything, or else you may start to feel a bit anxious and overwhelmed. Not every idea needs to be put out there. You may put out a bunch of, different ideas and streams of income, and not all of them take off. And that's okay. That is perfectly okay. Page of Swords in July is saying, listen, you're going to keep an eye on what's worth your time, energy, and effort, what's bringing back the money, what's, funding your life, your lifestyle, what is successful for you, and what you're going to be able to cut out that's draining your energy, your stress levels, anxiety, things of that nature. I do feel like, come July, you're definitely cutting out whatever it is that's been stressing you out, people, places, things, situations. Not everything or everyone is meant to move forward with you. And unfortunately, in July, you are making those big changes. And for some, it may lead to divorce or separation in August. And, this is the card of justice. This is, things falling in your lap, in your favor. This is you creating the life of balance, of structure, of things that you feel you've been deserving of for a very long time, that almost felt like you could never make it happen, that felt like they just seemed too distant for you to create or manifest. But I do get this feeling that everything falls into place. Things do feel like, if you have legal issues or certain things that you may need to go to court for, I do feel like if this is something that takes a few months to work through, although it may be stressful, don't lag it. Definitely punch on through. Face it head on, and don't be afraid to make those decisions. If it means paying up, pay up, and then close that chapter. Don't let the stress, the anger, the lack mentality hold you back, because that will then reflect on other areas of your life. And at the end of the day, you're just like, no, I've got to do what's right by me. And if I let this go, am I holding myself back in other areas because I'm so stressed out about, this situation and that situation? Now, for some of you, it really is about separation and divorce. If you are feeling like you're making all these big changes, but things are changing in your marriage or your relationship, there is this period of separation. And again, it feels like separation, for some divorce, maybe not so much divorce, but I feel as though someone may feel like they're in your shadows, and it's a little difficult for them to move along at your pace, is how I'm hearing it. Okay. In September, I do feel like the Queen of Cups here. This could be you or another water sign, but definitely feel like you are very much deep in your emotions. You are reconnecting. I feel like this is inner child you. I feel like this is coming into perspective in terms of, am I afraid of moving forward in this because my parents couldn't, or perhaps I grew up in an environment where that wasn't on display? can I fulfill that dream of mine on an emotional level, or childhood dream, or whatever it may have been? Maybe something that you realized at a young age that you realized maybe wasn't healthy or wasn't the norm. Maybe you grew up in dysfunction and you swore you weren't going to do that, you know, for yourself as an adult or your children. I do feel that September, October, you know, with the Queen of Cups and the Death card, again, more perspective here, knowing that you can put these things to an end, knowing that someone else's reality or the reality that you grew up in doesn't have to be continued. You can stop these cycles. You can stop these generational curses from continuing on to your next generation. If you are thinking of having children, if you feared of having children, I do feel as though some of you are just finally closing out old chapters, old beliefs that I feel at the present moment and in the near future are no longer going to resonate with you. You'll be making so many changes in your life that you're like, I can't believe I fell for that. I can't believe I believed that for so long. November, you're just like, to hell with this. I'm making all the changes that I was too afraid to make because I am chasing after my dreams. I am doing what I swore I was going to do last year for my solar return. How much did I do? How much did I accomplish? How much did I change? You know, October, November, because that is Scorpio season. You do say, you know, did I make enough change? Did I make enough waves? Did I close out enough chapters? Did I put all the things I swore I was going to put behind me? You know, I was not going to let it affect me in the future. Did I do it? Did I do it all? And so I feel like you're tying up loose ends when, you know, your next birthday comes along, your next solar return. You are definitely tying loose ends because you've decided that there's no going back. There's no more staying stuck. There's none of that that's moving into the future with you. And remember what I said at the very beginning, you have free will. I'm giving you a glimpse of what your year looks like. You can move these cards around. You can make these changes sooner rather than later. You can do the healing work much more intensely than maybe you've done in the past. You can decide for yourself now what you want your year to look like, what you want for yourself, for your future, and don't hold yourself back. Don't allow yourself to stay stuck. The World card at the end of the year, I mean, this literally says you're closing out a chapter. And of course, December is the last month of the year where you say, next year is going to be a better year. Next year is not going to have all these negative experiences and attachments that I've had in previous years. Next year, I'm really going to do more for myself than I've ever done before. I do feel like you're almost thinking of, I need to be more selfish. I need to put myself first. I need to do everything that I can for myself, moving on, moving forward. And those that believe in me will move forward with me. And those that don't, well, there's no place for them in my future. And Scorpio, I do feel that as I'm giving you this, you are already on that energy. So if you are ending 2022 with that energy, then this is what the first part of your year is going to look like, because I do feel like you are going to make those big, massive changes. Those of you that are ready, those of you that are no longer afraid, that are no longer going to sit back and watch your life go, like, continue to go, right? Like, time is passing you by. In your love life, you have the card of trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Do you have trust that your current relationship can it hang? Can it go through the waves of change and healing that you will be putting yourself through? Will your relationship suffer? Do you trust enough that your partner will still be there for you no matter what? And if it's them going through the healing journey, you've got to trust that they're still going to love you no matter what. I feel like some of you may be afraid that your partner is going to heal and leave, but I feel that there's a part of you that says they're healing, but so do you. You've got to heal too. And two people that have healed and elevated themselves bring about a much stronger connection. So definitely feel like there is that opportunity for you to have faith and trust in your, relationship, partnership that is going down the right path, if that is where you want it to go. Heart-to-heart conversation, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So again, if you're afraid that you're healing, they're healing, and they're afraid that you're going to level up your life and move on out, or vice versa, there is this energy of having to have these very clear heart-to-heart conversations. If you are not with someone, if you are single but you're dating, you may be going through big changes, and there may be people around you that are interested in more than just something casual with you. And so you may have to have those heart-to-heart conversations with them of like, look, I'm really just focusing on myself, on my healing. And I'm just letting you know, I feel like you're being very clear with them. And if you do see a future with them, I think that you'll let them know, listen, where I'm at right now, this is what I see. This is what I feel. This is how I see us. However, there are things that I need to do for myself before we get there. And I do feel like you're no longer afraid to speak up for yourself. Now, for others of you, you may be coming to the realization that you've experienced some unrequited love, whether in 2022 moving into 2023, or just 2023 overall. This could be a relationship that you really want to work, or perhaps they really want a relationship with you. This could already be in the works, or this may be someone new that comes through and you're just like, my God, perfect connection, right person, wrong timing. But listen, Scorpio, I hate to break it to you, but the right person is always going to be at the right time. So they either came in to bring some sort of clarity, some sort of, lesson or feeling or emotion. They've brought a new sense into your life of what you're worthy of, deserving of. I feel like there's this realization, or maybe you bring a lesson to them. But I do feel that some of you will be going through the realizations of what this unrequited love has meant for you, past, present, or in the near future. Let me pull some Kipper cards. I do feel that some of you worried about your money, career, finance, and how they will all commingle, intermingle. I do feel that you'll get through it. It's not as serious or as stressful as some of you may be feeling. I just feel that it's kind of like that fight or flight response that some of you just can't help but feel at times. And I'm going to pull a card for the Justice as well. So what's the 10 of Wands here? So bad health and journeys. So some of you, bad health can be, traveling to see someone in bad health, traveling. Others of you, I'm hearing some of you, the travel or the journey is, and it's another 10, by the way, you may have experienced major health highs and lows at some time. I'm hearing very clearly, those of you that have dealt with some sort of long-term illness that was put in remission, or you felt like you've gotten out of the woods, you may get a little bit of a fear factor in, what is this, June? Yeah, in June. You may be fearful that perhaps there's a little bit of a health scare in June. Now, don't take this as medical advice. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. This is tarot. This is just if you've got health issues, or you develop health issues in the beginning of the year. Obviously, don't go by tarot, but go by what your doctor says. So if this is already something that has happened to you, stay on top of your checkups, stay on top of your health issues, right? Some of you may be traveling to see a specialist, by the way, or to get a second opinion. Some of you are traveling, or a little stressed out if you hear of a friend or a family member, relative that has, some health issues, then you travel to see them. It stresses you out quite a bit, actually. You are worried about this person. And so just keep that in mind, okay? Now the Justice card, too many cards, but main male, sudden wealth, and community. So again, if this is divorce, separation, money could be at hand here, especially if there are family members, children, right? Divorce, alimony, child support, all of that comes into play. Just keep that in mind. Some of you may be separating, divorcing, and dealing with all of that. This could also be some sort of legal issue that you're hoping that it pays out. I'm hearing it's a big lawsuit that you may have done against someone. That was the wedding card, by the way. But like a big company or money that's owed, that's a big settlement. I do feel like some of you are going to come into that money that that you're hoping for, right? Let me, the family room also came out, so it could be in regards to probate, inheritance, money, separation, you know, who's entitled to what, basically. The clarity, the justification, the judgment comes through in August. So let me have a card for the Justice card here. Yeah, so things finally come to an end. Again, it could be in regards to, you know, inheritance. It could be in regards to some sort of probate, family, selling of a property, house, selling your shares is what I heard, right? So you may be in business with someone and maybe someone wants to buy you out of the contract, vice versa. One more card here for the Justice card. Yeah. So, you know, things will come to light about whether or not somebody is more entitled than the other person. You know, I do feel like if you've been a little dirty in this part, or the other person has, it's definitely going to come to light, especially if there is rumors or accusations of someone skimming off of someone's income or investments, or taking something that doesn't belong, right? So someone may come in saying they are the executor, and yet there's a will and trust that says absolutely not, and yet they've already maybe taken a portion of the money. Okay, so I don't know how that works. Obviously, I'm not a lawyer. Don't take this as legal advice. That's a big, huge disclaimer here. But clearly, that is something that's going to come about, or that you're going to see in the summer months. Okay, so now let's see what your angel blessings are for 2023, what your angels want you to know. Your angel blessings for 2023. The wheel, I love it. The Wheel of Fortune. Yes, yes, yes. Four of Fire is the Four of Wands. The Lover's card, okay. Marriage, partnerships, close connections, and Six of Water. Beautiful. Six of Cups energy. So what your angels are saying here for you, the Wheel of Fortune, Archangel Michael here. I absolutely love this for you. The energy, the blessings that your angels are bringing for you. This is a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. You've got Four of Fire, contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. You also have the Lovers and Six of Water. So some of you may be reconnecting with someone from your past, someone in love, an old flame. You get back together, you make things work, you reconcile your differences between an old partnership. Those of you that are in a partnership and you separate, I feel like you will reconcile your marriage, your partnership. The Lover's card is Archangel Raphael, who is your archangel that brings about healing. So this definitely highlights intimate relationships, carefully weighing your decisions, and it says good health. So remember what I said, I'm not a doctor. However, if you know you've got, or you're prone to certain health issues, definitely don't let your checkups and your, your doctor's appointments and whatnot, you know, slide. Six of Water, memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children, and romanticizing the past. I did bring up inner child, you know, or like childhood dreams that maybe you had at one point. I do get the feeling that for some of you, that is going to come into play for you. If you have, you know, these childhood dreams of yours that maybe you've romanticized for quite some time. So definitely feel like it's a very positive, emotional year for you, right? So what are these childhood, okay, sorry. Tell me about Scorpio's inner child that needs to be highlighted, whether healed or embraced, or yeah, what does Scorpio need to know about their inner child? Queen of Wands could be mother figure. This could be, you know, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in your life. This is your relationship with your mother. You may have a mother wound that stems from childhood. You may be missing your mom if she's passed on. And I feel like there is that missing of the mother figure, someone that you can really lean on and depend on. So this could also be looking up to a mother or a mother figure if you are about to be a mom, okay? Some of you may have had a dream of, you know, having children and it just hasn't happened yet. And so you may come across an opportunity where that might finally happen for you, but there's a little bit of a fear factor there. You also, yeah, when I said that, the Three of Swords is what came out. So there could have been some, you know, painful memories or experiences with this mother figure. A lot of heartache, sadness here, pain. I feel like there are words that keep repeating in your mind that have hurt your heart. It is time to let them go, right? Yeah, I'm telling you, it is time to let them go. Things that may have been said in the heat of the moment in anger, although you may have believed your whole life, you may have believed it as true. You've been through a lot of pain and trauma in your life. It really is time for you to let it go, heal and break free from that. Nine of Wands is really saying you've been resilient since childhood is what I'm hearing. And now it's time to love your inner child and nurture that inner child within you. Scorpio, I do feel like 2023 is going to be a very beautiful change that takes place for you. You've got to take inspired action in your healing, in your success, in your relationships, friendships, partnerships, in all that you do, where you know that Scorpio, calling you out, you know you could do more. Okay, so that is your reading for 2023. Please give it a thumbs up, like, share, comment, and subscribe. You can book your own 2023 yearly forecast down below in the description box. Make sure that you definitely honor yourself moving forward. And I am sending you guys so much love and blessings for the year to come. Happy holidays, happy new year. Check out your moon, rising, and Venus signs and get a better idea of all the other aspects of your chart. Take care. Bye.